it's Super Bowl or bust for Tampa Bay. But the question, people, is it justified, the move to bring in Tom Brady without getting a Lombardi trophy?
Yeah.
And the answer is absolutely yes. It is justified. You know why? Let's talk about why. The Bucs versus the Patriots. Because if we're going to justify Tom Brady going to Tampa Bay, then I would say the reasoning has to be soundly rooted in reasoning of what is he as a Patriot and what are the Patriots versus what is he as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer. Just real quick, all right? The Bucs and the Pats, all right? Points this year. The Bucs ranked 5th, while the Patriots ranked 28th. All right? The Bucs ranked 11th in yards per game, while the Patriots ranked 29th. The passing yards. Your quarterback, he throws the ball. Passing yards. The Bucs ranked 3rd, while the Patriots ranked 30th. So if I'm looking at what the Patriots are without Tom Brady and what the Bucs are with Tom Brady, think about this. The Patriots last year, 12-4, a game away from being the 2nd seed in the playoffs, Mike. This year, 6-9. First losing season since 2000, which 2000 was, let's see, Mike. Wow. That's the year they drafted Tom Brady in New England. So this is justified. The only way it's not justified where it's Super Bowl or bust is if the Patriots are in the Super Bowl and Tampa Bay has to win in order to justify it. Otherwise, I'm good.
Man, look, Tampa needed Tom. Tom ain't need Tampa. This goes without saying. I mean, every head coach always utter these words at the beginning of the year. We're going to win the Super Bowl. We got to win it all.
100%.
Yeah, coach, no doubt. I mean, we know that. I mean, back up. Let us get busy. I mean, like I said, Tampa needed Tom, and they just needed to upgrade at the position. Jameis, he did enough, but he didn't do what was needed to get him into the postseason. He was almost there. They was on the cusp. And Tom just came in and gave him that little oomph, that little extra push. And didn't turn it over as much as Jameis. Got more out of Tom. And now they find themselves in the postseason. So, you know, why it's always wishful thinking. Yes, we want to play and compete for the Super Bowl. So it's not a bust for Tom Brady. It's all house money for him. He got 6 rings. He's just bringing some extra to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that they haven't had. Going to the playoffs, haven't been in 13 years. If they was 2-13, this would be a totally different conversation. We'll be talking totally different.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying, Coach? So, I mean, look, Coach, I love you. Yeah, I like what you're doing with Tom. 2021 going to be the year. And this year is not over. They still have a chance to compete in the playoffs. So, you know, if they can knock off the Green Bay Packers or the New Orleans Saints, then, you know, they might have something.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, like you say, Tampa needed Tom Brady more than Tom Brady needed Tampa. You know, and when you look at the whole entire situation, you can look at the games and you can look at how Tom Brady played this year, but also just compare it to last year. They still throwing the ball down the field as they did. I think just Tom Brady's making smarter throws and understanding what he needs to go to better than Jameis did. And the thing about Tom Brady, what he brings into Tampa is one, he brings the Super Bowl rings. So everyone's going to want to listen. Everyone's a part of being a part of a champion that's played in this game. So everyone's going to listen. He has the reputation. Like I say, he's one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And he's proven that at 43 years old that he can go in and go do what he needs to try to do to go win games. You know, Bruce Arians has always been this way. It's Super Bowl or bust. That's his whole thing. That's, like you said before, it's one of the things that he's always talking about at the beginning of the season. It's the goals that's set. And it's been like that when I was in Arizona with him. It's Super Bowl or bust. And that was just the end of it. You know, no matter what happened during the season, that was his whole thing. But it's just like understanding that what Tom Brady brings to the table and what he needs, far from what New England has had. He's doing a heck of a job, and he's doing what he's supposed to do. And you know, this is a big win for Tampa more so than for Tom Brady.
You know what? I mean, and I think we all can attest to this. I mean, if we're a head coach though, and we walk in our locker room, we see Tom Brady. And
I'm thinking Super Bowl or bust. I'm thinking Super Bowl or bust.
Mike Evans, Gronk, Pierre-Paul, Dominic. I'm thinking Super Bowl or bust too. So I gotta agree with Bruce Arians in a sense, but in all actuality, when it's all said and done, and when you look at it from a realistic perspective, you got to know that you still got to go out and win these games on a weekly basis, and it all starts with the coach. So, coach, you got to coach us to win these games. We know exactly what we need to do when we get out there. We ready to compete. Our hearts are into it. But can you cook up the right game plan and put us in a position offensively and defensively, offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator?
I'm going to live with the elephant in the room. The 5,000-pound elephant. Was Tom Brady a product of the Patriot way? Sure, he was a product of the Patriot way. He was a part of building the Patriot way. But to say his success was purely based off of Bill Belichick was the whole point of, for me, this whole debate, this whole topic. Does Tom Brady need a Lombardi trophy to justify the move? That says to me, can Tom Brady win without Bill Belichick? That has already been answered. And if anything, we could say it's a push or a wash if New England is able to make it to the playoffs. Right? If we're sitting here talking like Patriots are surging, they're going to, or they're somewhere along the same lines as Tampa Bay right now. We know that even with 5,000 yards passing last year with Jameis Winston, they still have not been good enough to make it to those playoffs. And yet you bring in Tom Brady, who supposedly can't function from being outside of the Patriots organization under Bill Belichick, and comes to Tampa Bay in a COVID year and doesn't even have a real offseason and guides and leads this team to the playoffs. Y'all better stop playing with me.